Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, everyone. We live, eat, and breathe technology literally today. We are living in a world that is full of technology, and that's how today I am able to address you. So, AI and machine learning have been with us for quite some time post pandemic, and they have also made it very, very significant that we live with technology today because we need to progress, and teaching learning has been a point of concern in a country like ours. So let's see how artificial intelligence is transforming learning today. So as with everything else, we can see that when we bring AI into education, there are certain challenges, but the applications, if you see, are good. We have all been using technology, but then there are still some concerns that people, professors, teachers have whether they should allow this technology into the classroom. So there are benefits also, there are challenges, and we need to see how we cross these barriers and challenges. The goal, however, is to create more efficient, personalized, effective learning environments. And we need to also address each student's learning style and their needs. That can only happen through technology. We cannot do it any other way. Teachers cannot do it on their own. And then it is also providing educators with valuable insights. Earlier, we used to be struggling to, fill in physically the needs of the child and how he is doing and all. Now you can just collect that data and put it. The input is when given in the correct way, AI will give you what are the areas that need correction. So that changes the entire education scenario, and we have continuous improvement on that, which is a very good thing. Now, seeing the current scenario in India, it's a mix of challenges and progress. It's a huge country with our population at number one in the world today, we all know. And we do have that rural infrastructure, the quality of education in general is still not good. There's outdated curricula, rote learning practices, and connectivity and accessibility issues which are still there. No doubt the government has done a good job of providing as much as they can, and connecting students, teachers, learners across the world because of the pandemic. But still, the demand for quality higher education is rising today, and we need to have a paradigm shift towards skill oriented learning. We need to shift our courses which have relevance to the industry today and in the future. We don't know what's in the future, so this will help us. Artificial intelligence will help us to be there. If we see the definition of artificial intelligence, it is the integration of the various advanced computational technologies and algorithms to enhance the various aspects of learning process. There's natural uh, learning process, there is deep learning, there are various intelligence systems which have been developed, and they can analyze the data and interpret what kind of learning patterns your learners have at a particular stage and how you can improve that. So you can also see how you can make informed decisions looking at that data analysis. So it's become quite good for the teachers. And then natural language processing again helps you along with machine learning to have your chat GPT, which is what I'll be focusing on as example, because there are so many tools which are doing that. And we also have adaptive feedback. Now, Cambridge University has made some tests like lingua skill, which test the learner's intelligence according to their capability. It's a very good thing, I feel. They are not comparing you to others and not giving a standardized test that you just do it. Everybody has to do this. No, it is adapting the questions according to your level of intelligence, according to the previous questions that you have answered. So that's what is very important. Then, how technology is shaping education today. So, this is the kind of transformation that is happening, and they are providing innovative solutions to these long standing challenges. When we were not able to gauge what the child needs or what students learn, or particularly if there are some drawbacks or some problems, learning problems, we are not able to instantly do that, but AI can do that. And so we are able to use so many new possibilities with these digital tools and online platforms. As I said, teachers and professors are still hesitant to use it in classrooms, especially regarding chat GPT. But the thing is, when internet came, that time also the same thing was happening. We were talking about mobile phones also. In fact, I remember collecting the mobile phones before the class and putting them away, and then later on they were given back to the students. But pandemic brought the mobile phones inside, and we've seen the plethora of opportunities that digital learning has given. I have also used it in the class with students to help them to, take up tests, or to create posters on Canva. There are so many platforms, on which creativity also can be uh, tested. So that is what is happening today. It's the learning has become engaging and very interactive, and there is a global connect. We couldn't think that we could do any courses from Stanford University, or Cambridge or Oxford, or any other, for that matter, Harvard University. Today they are offering courses, and they are offering free online courses which we are able to do and improve our uh, portfolios and our knowledge, and are able to guide the students in the right way. We need to keep updating ourselves with all the digital tools possible. Now, data analytics and artificial intelligence, as I said, you just put the data in about the students and you get personalized assessments. So it's so easy to track the students' progress today, which is what you require as a teacher. And then tailoring the instructional strategies according to the students. This is so wonderful. We used to try to do only for the very bright students, average students, and slow learners in the class, generally in a mixed group, because classes are always like that. But we were not able to do real justice. Even in the question paper, there are questions which are made for the very bright ones, a few, and then more questions for the general average students, and then a few very easy ones for the others. But this is something which gives you precise drawback of the student. So you can tailor your strategies accordingly and teach. So it's a powerful force which is, fostering innovation. Students today, you can see, there are school children, there are intermediate students or undergraduates who are creating apps or other kinds of instruments today, because they have access to all this technology, and they want to help the society to evolve, to help to be a contributor in this journey to success. So, and India stands at a very strong place today, with so much of population which is young and thriving, what we need to do is provide everyone with that what is needed. Even the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 4 says that ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. It is so very necessary to include everyone. Each one should have that. Nobody should be able to say that, I did not get access, otherwise I could have done this or that. So, no regrets. It is there. We have to make it accessible to everybody and prepare students according to the demands of the changing world, because that's what is required today. So intelligent tutoring systems are there. They can do at learning at their own pace through the LMS and other online courses which are being developed today. And learning analytics, they can also know their own, you know, progress. Then there are virtual assistants to help them. Smart content delivery systems are there. So whether in class or beyond the classroom, they can learn. And they are doing so very happily. So using generative AI in education. Now this is in particular with using the chat GPT. So we need to see what are the desired outcomes if we use generative AI in our classrooms. What is the level of automation? How effective it is? And what are the ethical considerations? So if we do that, then we can easily see that we are able to use it to the optimum benefit of the student, the teacher, and the country as a whole. So what we have to see is that we have to adopt it sensibly, avoiding all potential dangers. So chat GPT has its opportunities which are being provided. There are challenges, there are barriers, and there are priorities which we need to keep in mind. Now, there is Professor Patel, who is a professor of MBA, and he says that when he teaches the 1 year MBA class of managerial economics, because he feels that students need to understand technology, he feels that it can make students better writers and they can undo some of the unintentional harm. This texting of the language and the messaging system that students and youngsters use has, deteriorated the level of language. So chat GPT, when you see, and it's within seconds, it's such an amazing tool. Initially, even I was feeling what it is and how is it going to work. Students are going to cheat, there is already plagiarism and other concerns, ethical concerns. How is it going to work? But you need to teach them the pros and cons. You need to tell them that this is what this tool is for. It's a very good tool for brainstorming and learning language. And it's very fast, which teachers and human beings cannot ever do. So that is one thing. And then checking also. So they see the poor habits being corrected in front of their eyes, and they are actually more receptive and comfortable when reprimanded by a tool instead of a teacher. So they don't feel that, embarrassment. So that's also another thing which Professor Patel says. And of course, we need to develop the human skills also in our students, because they are going to have us keep our jobs and distinguish us from artificial intelligence. And those skills are creativity, then critical thinking skills to be able to make informed decisions through complex problems and have a logical mindset where you can solve problems and issues of the real world. And emotional intelligence, which again is dependent on social skills, understanding your own emotions and others' emotions, and responding accordingly, being resilient and being strong and positive in relationships and effective communication. All these things will help distinguish us from AI. And then that's what we also need to pay attention on. Next is the benefits. We have to see certain reflective questions and make a balanced use of AI tools and use them very effectively so that they do not harm us, but they help enhance the education system. Security of data and correct interpretation of what you are getting from them is also very important. Security of data is a big concern because all people are not ethical, and it's how you feed and how you use these systems is going to be very important. If we are only unethical, then the machine and AI will do the same. And tomorrow we don't know what dangers lurk in that area. As Satya Nadella and Elon Musk also have, you know, put in their doubts about that. But if we are ethical, if we do it properly, as I will tell you in the end, is what matters. So, personalized learning, intelligent tutoring systems, learning analytics, efficiency and productivity, and accessibility are some of the benefits that we get from AI. And then student engagement. This is very important. During our classes, a student may wander off here, there, but AI has fostered that kind of, engagement through games, gamification, apps, and interactive learning, which make learning very interesting. So students are, totally engrossed into it and they learn. So use of virtual attendance assistance also helps them beyond the classrooms, and it's an interesting way to learn. As I said, potential challenges with data privacy and ethical concerns remain very high, and we have to see that academic integrity is maintained. Now, ChatGPT also, you can tell students that, if you take something from ChatGPT as it is, even I can do the same and check and I will catch you. So tell them you're not supposed to do that. You are supposed to learn from there and do it your way. And you can check also. So another concern again then is the need for ongoing teacher training and professional development. There are still teachers who have not been trained with these tools and all, and they're not able to use. Of course, we also learned during the pandemic only. But then we've been learning and, using these tools very effectively. In fact, I got a congratulation from the Canva platform for making 100 Canva posters. And I used to make my students for professional ethics and law to make posters on that, and they were doing it very nicely in the classrooms. So that is something that is required. We need to upgrade and keep training for the new things that are happening. Emerging trends and AI makeover of the classrooms. So now we have virtual labs, there are simulations, as you can see in the picture, and there is augmented reality. Now, reality is also, a very a relative term today. You don't know whether it is real reality or virtual reality or augmented reality, what. So these are the things which under which our students are learning. So we need to include it in our classrooms and let them explore and learn and use their creativity and intelligence to create equipment, products, and platforms which will be helpful for humanity. So that is something that needs a lot of effort from all the managements of schools and colleges, the government, public private enterprises, everybody has to work in this direction to see that it happens. And what I want to tell is that AI can be a valuable tool in the classroom, but we have to understand to use it judiciously, because just as technology is uh, increasing, and there are so many things to do, the crime rate is also increasing, and we need to be very careful about how our data, where it is going, what is happening to it. Many times we don't know, it's quite a disturbing situation that people are doing so many financial frauds with the data, and these links and all, where to click, where not to click. It's quite a big task for us to ensure that we and the students, their data remains safe, and they have
Dr.
to
Deepika,
also.
sorry to interrupt you, ma'am. Sorry to interrupt you because of the time constraint. Can we take the questions? Like, do you have more slides to go, ma'am?
No, ma'am, just one. I'll just close.
Mhm.
So I would like to conclude that there are challenges and they're being resolved, but benefits are more. And AI is here to stay and make education easy, interesting, affordable, and accessible to everyone. And we have to see that we adopt, adapt, and are adept at using technology. T2 is teach and trust. Teach your students to use it properly, and then trust them to do the right thing. I just would like to end with a reference to the Davos event held recently from January 15 to 19 in Switzerland, where they were focusing on the responsible use of AI. And they said it depends on how we train the AI systems. And if designed correctly, there are no risks. So that's the ethical thing. And AI should be used on unmet needs in education, which is individual tutoring for children. So that's what is the latest. And thank you very much. Thank you, Praveena ma'am, for the opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Deepika. Can you stop sharing your screen, ma'am, so that the audience can see you, can have a better view of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So there are around 9 questions, ma'am. Most of the points are already covered by you, but still I would like to read out those to you. The first question is, can you share examples of successful integration of AI in education, enhancing the teacher-student experience?
Yes, ma'am. As I said that I am a language teacher, so I have used it for that. But then I have been able to use technology, as I said, the Canva platform, where you get to use the tools, and there are uh, different uh, tools which are given, which we can take and prepare our poster, and we can use whatever, like, for example, if we say um, the Contract Act, I was teaching in law. So, what are the various things that we want to put regarding the Contract Act, when it was made, what is its scope, objectives, and what are the main points? Along with pictures, we were able to do it, and that's how it saved a lot of time, and it's a very good example of using technology in the classroom.
Okay. So coming to the challenges, ma'am, what challenges do you anticipate in the convergence of AI and education, particularly in terms of teacher and learner adaptation?
As I said, that when students do not know the potential dangers of using AI platforms, and when they are using it without thinking, like, copying from somewhere as it is, and uh, there was an example. it was on Instagram, they had given, how the student just took everything from Chat GPT and he put it, and that it was taken from Chat GPT was also written there. That shows that, it is a mindless use of the resources.
Right.
So we need to teach them.
Okay. So, how can AI contribute to personalized learning experience for students while still maintaining a human touch in education, ma'am?
That's where the real teachers, they cannot be replaced. We are always there in the class with the students, but
Yes.
we are using the computers and tablets and things, the mobile phones, to, wherever it is needed. Not all the time. We don't use it all the time. So that's how the human touch is also there. And of course, the computer and the AI cannot do what humans can do, to be able to sense what the child is going through or doing, or so that is where the teacher and the human touch is very important.
Right. So, coming to the diverse students in the classroom, in what ways can AI assist teachers in addressing diverse learning styles and individual student needs?
That is how what we do is we take tests and all. We have LMS platforms on which we post quizzes and all, and students are asked to take them, and they are fed into the system. And that's how, there are different parameters of judging, and so the AI is able to analyze all that data, and accordingly they give us the result that this student needs, for example, in verbal, in speaking, the student needs help, is not very good at that. So what the teacher can do is tailor some of these strategies and activities in such a way that that child is exposed more to speaking in small groups, or with different things, instead of the other skills in which he's already skilled. So that's how the personalized data helps.
Okay. So, are there any ethical considerations that need to be taken into account when implementing AI in education, especially concerning student privacy and data security?
Yes, that is what I was talking about, that we have to ensure before using that, the data is not compromised, because that is the biggest uh, thing that is happening today in the cyber crimes. And we have to ensure that the platforms are safe. That is why we have that HTTPS, for safety and security. If it is not there on the websites, we should not open them, and we should see that, we are handling the data properly and it doesn't get into wrong hands.
Right, ma'am.
So,
So, last question to close the session. As we move towards AI enhanced education, what measures should be taken to ensure a balanced and equitable learning environment for students?
see, as I told you, with the data that we collect, and whatever lesson plans we make and whatever strategies we have, apart from that, when we feed this kind of data, or our topic and objectives, the learning outcomes, then AI gives us suggestions, so it enhances that efficiency and use of the right strategies for the various classrooms and learning places and platforms. So however we want to tailor them according to our student needs, we can do that. So that's how it helps.
School Journal of Education and schoolreformer.com. Thank you for the talk and for patiently answering all the questions. I know you have covered all the points, but again, you have elaborated on them again regarding the questions, ma'am. We also thank the audience for participating in the event. We will end the session now. Before ending the session, you want to mention anything else, ma'am?
No, ma'am, I just want to thank you and the audience for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts with you. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, ma'am. Have a great day. We'll end the meeting now.
You too.